Hello everybody. Sorry, I'm a bit far away. I'm just, you can kind of see me. Okay, I got my different lens on today. So, yesterday I made soap with my new nurture moulds, but I had a bit of a mishap. So I'm not going to upload that video. I've deleted it because it was just a total mess. I was making a batch, like I'm going to do today. I was doing like 3 logs and I was using my bucket to pour, and before I poured something told me decant into the pourable bowls, but I didn't, so it sort of went everywhere. Well, it didn't go everywhere, but it was just a mess. So we're going to make a different soap today. So we'll try this again. So I'm going to make another Christmas soap today, which is called Pomander, and it's like a cranberry, orange, ginger grass essential oil, clove essential oil, and a 5-fold orange essential oil. So into that I'm going to make it a deep dark orange, this is a dark orange by Mike and Mama, and then on the top it has a white, like nice sort of flippy top, but in between the orange and the white is a cocoa line. So I'm going to do that today, and in the base as well, in the orange portion, I'm going to use some poppy seeds. The last time I made this I used tea, but it was too harsh. It was too harsh and exfoliant, so I'm going to use poppy seeds today because it's a nice round, little bit more gentle. So I'm going to just my melted oils, my melted butters and solid oils, they're ready to have the liquid oils poured into, and I'm just waiting for the lye to cool down. So I'm also just listening to a podcast. Sorry, I'm not quite with it. It's Friday, soapy day, but I'm just listening to The Teacher's Pet again because I really enjoyed that podcast. It's very chill, so I'm thinking I'll listen to that in the background while I'm getting ready to do this video. So I'll be back in a second and we'll start making. Okay, I'm just going to film like this so I can just show you the lye going into these oils, because I'm having to use my big pot because I'm making a batch of 3 logs of soap. So I'd have to put you up above the pot today because it's not see-through, you can't see. Okay, I'm going to lightly stick blend this. Okay, just going to have to try and estimate how much I'm going to need for the top. I'll just pop it into here. Not enough, do you think? No, I think maybe a little bit more. And what's left in here will be my base. So I'm just going to put that to the side. And then I'm going to add my colour and my poppy seeds to the base. So here's my orange, and I think I'm going to probably do like a 3 scoops maybe. That should be enough. And my poppy seeds in there. I'm just going to give it a quick stick blend. Okay, now I just want to get my fragrance. So, how much are we up here? Okay, I'm going to need quite a lot. Okay, that should about do it. Smells good. It's like every soap maker said, oh, it smells good. Of course it does. You wouldn't make it if it smelled horrible, would ya? Anyway, what else have I been doing today? So today, I'm just up here making soap because most of my morning was taken up. I walked the dog this morning, and then I went back and did Matt's breakfast. And I got myself something to eat, made Matt's lunch, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I did quite a lot this morning, and then I didn't get into work until a little bit later than usual, so that was a bit of a bugger. But I'm just going to decant into this so I can pour easier into the moulds. I don't want to make the same mistake as I did yesterday. So there's that beautiful colour. So I'll do this in bits. You can see what I mean. More in there than we've already got. Okay. Bring you a bit closer if I can. Okay, that's a bit better. This should be a lot better than yesterday. Okay. It's just, you know, my usual soap making where I'll just whack it into those big moulds. It makes everything so easy. So this isn't as easy at all. Even though I've done it with the other moulds that I use, it's just not quite the same. Kind of strange, really. Make sure they're kind of same. Okay, trying to get the rest of this out. Just going to get the rest on there. Okay, now I'm going to do cocoa lime. With my trusty old spoon, I'm just going to separate them a bit so that we don't make a huge mess. So this evening we're having a curry for dinner. I went to Marks and Spencer's earlier. I said to Matt, I'm not cooking tonight because I've had enough and I'm tired. And I've been trying to think of meals to cook for Matt every day. It's like he's getting like really good food and I'm cooking like everything, like so he can be like have the healthiest food that he can get inside himself so he can heal quicker. But it's really hard thinking, you know, we all know what we want to eat ourselves, but cooking for somebody else, well, I always cook for Matt anyway, but it's, you know, my idea of health is the same as Matt's idea of health, but I am inclined to eat more of that kind of food anyway. Like I eat tons of salad and I eat tons of fruits and vegetables, and he does eat fruit and veg, but in the daytime at his work he'll normally just take a sandwich and some crisps and some chocolate bars or whatever, whereas I'll have a big salad at lunchtime and that'll do me till I get home. You know, we just kind of eat a bit different, but he said, I will do it. And so he's having kefir. These are all things that are really good for bone health. So he's having that kefir, he's having lots of yogurts, lots of orange juice, and lots of fruits and berries, especially as they're full of antioxidants. And yeah, he's having lots of what he should then. But it's still tricky. It's still pretty tricky to get somebody to eat what you want to give them, you know. Anyway, he'll get there. He'll get there. It's 4 weeks today since he's done this injury, so it's early days for sure. Right, I'm just going to do this white. So yeah, it's early days. 4 weeks is like nothing when it comes to this hip repair. So I've had a few comments from people and some DMs and things like that, and it's not the same as a hip replacement. It's actually quite different. With a hip replacement, my dad had a hip replacement and he was fine after 3 weeks, whereas this is like a hip repair. You know, the hip has got to repair itself, so like the bone's got to grow around the screw that he's had put through the bone, which is just gross. It's just not normal, you know. I'm going to have a quick stick blend. Okay, it's quite thick, so we'll do our best to get this on the top. Like underneath is fine because it's thickened up so much that I don't need to worry about that now. But the white is of course going to thicken quicker because it's TD, and it's a tricky little burger sometimes. I should get that on the end bits. Be a nice textured top. When we come to do that in a minute. I don't want to leave it too long, so I don't want this to thicken too much, so I can't do it, you know. Okay, I think we're pretty much there. So I'm going to take my spoon, my little spoon, and I'm just going to, oh no I'm not, am I? Yeah I am. Let's just go across here like this. See how we can get it to go. It's just thickening up very, very quickly. But we're alright, that's nice. Don't panic. Yeah, not too bad. Just made it. I did do a water discount on this, so that's, I'll just put a bit more in there where I've got a hole. Yeah, it's thickening up fast because I did maybe, yeah, I started doing a 50% water discount and then I upped the water just ever so slightly. So that's why it's gone very thick. But it's fine. Sometimes you panic, well I do, I panic and I think, oh no, it's thickened. But actually, when the soap is finished, it never looks as bad. So there we go, that is Pomander. Do I need to put anything on the top? I don't think I do. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I don't want it to be too fussy. So I'll be back to cut this one and see how it turned out. So there we go, the new nurture moulds. We didn't have too much of a disaster. Here it is. We will see what they came out like tomorrow. Ta-ta. Okay, I'm back. It is now Monday. So I was supposed to come back in on Saturday, but I didn't. I was busy at home with Matt, so I didn't get a chance to come in and cut this. And then yesterday I was going to come in and I didn't get a chance again because Matt's dad and his sister came round to see him, and then my sister and her husband and my nephew came round to see him. Then I had to go and do some shopping. So let's just take one of these out of the mould. Now the only thing I will say is where, oh you won't be able to see it from there. Sorry, it's in focus here but not right in front. Is where I'm pouring, I'm getting like some mottling down here. And it's just air bubbles, so I just need to keep an eye out on my things. Another thing I'm going to mention about the moulds is somebody said that theirs had warped over time, so at the moment I'm going to keep, when I've used them, this cardboard insert that Nurture put in, I'm going to keep using and pop them back in after each use. I mean, these cardboard inserts will get a bit knackered by, you know, at some point, but you can just replace these, but it will just keep these liners in place and maybe stop them from warping. I don't know if it will, but we'll try. So let's have a look at this, see what we get. So somebody asked if I could cut at this angle so you can see the cut of each bar. So that's what I'm doing. I turned it around for you. Hopefully that's better for everybody. So there's not a lot to this other than that orange base, cocoa lime and a creamy white top, 'cause it's discoloured ever so slightly. So there you go. Kind of basic, but kind of nice. Now the other thing is that these moulds are about 1 centimetre wider than my other ones, so my labels are going to have to change slightly to accommodate that, because the ones I use at the moment, they're not going to be long enough to wrap all the way around the soap, so I'm going to have to find some labels online that will. So at the moment I use like A4 sheets, and they're already kiss cut, the labels that I use, so I could either use A4 sheets and cut them out myself, or find a supplier that does slightly longer ones, which is what I'm going to try and do. So I shall do that today and be on the lookout to see what labels I can find, hopefully from the same supplier. I use Flexi Labels, that's a company I use to buy all my blanks from, and they used to print all my labels as well, but I decided to go to craft paper, which makes it so much easier for me when I can print my own labels in-house rather than using a supplier, because, you know, making soap, you decide what you're going to make when, you know, whenever, like whatever you want to make, you make, and you're not always organised with the labelling, so to be able to do it yourself is the best for me. They did come out a lot nicer. I used to have them printed black, but I actually like the craft paper because it's got more of that nice rustic look, which is the kind of look I like the old Victorian style. But yeah, I just need to find out if the supplier that I use stocks a longer length label, which I'm sure they do, but I just need to check. So we've got lots left for samples out of these as well. So these are about 1.25 inches wide. I was going to start using my tank and like make the soaps a bit higher in these moulds and use my tank and cut inch cuts, but it's just not, they're not wide enough. I wish I'd got the tank made to this size, 1.25. Be a lot easier, but somebody asked a while ago if I would sell the tank, and the answer at the moment is no, I wouldn't, because I might want to use it one day. The problem with the tank is that it costs so much money to get it shipped over, like these moulds did. I think some people were like, how much? But, you know, in the long run it's worth it. You've got to think long term what they're going to do for you, or what equipment's going to do for you, to determine whether you should spend the money or not. And yeah, it's worth it. I'm just going to do a little trimming just so we can have a look and see what they're like at the end. I'm not going to plane these because well, I will at the sides because of the cocoa, but because of the poppy seeds, it's not going to be possible to plane them because it'll just cause, although, let's have a go. Normally causes drag marks, and that's never pretty. Although that's not actually too bad, she says. I'll do the base because I want that mottled effect coming off where the air bubbles were. So that's a finished bar. There you go, that's a finished bar. So yeah, I'm going to look for those labels today. And what am I doing today? I've got orders to do. Matt has physio again today at 4 o'clock, so it's 11:30 now, so I'm going to be here for a few hours, and then I've got to go take the dog out and then go and take Matt to physio, and that'll be my day done. So anyway, I'm going to get this video uploaded as well, so I will be back for the next one, and I will see you later. Ta-ta.